Hi, this is DeMarcus Denham, aka The Swami.
Hi guys, I'm Jordan Young.
And this is Let's Talk Sports on RNN. Now we're going to get into college football. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the Grambling State football story. Right now, this past weekend they had a strike and they had to forfeit a game against Jackson State because the team members got their head coach, Doug Williams, former Super Bowl star Doug Williams, was fired after 2 games of the season. They're on an 18-game losing streak to NCAA schools, and they're 0-8 this season. The interim head coach was fired last week, and the students are just tired with the overall conditions that they have to put up with. Like, they have terrible weight room facility, rundown facilities. A lot of their places have accumulated mold. They have to ride buses instead of flying to far away games, and just the team is fed up with it. So, shouts to them for taking a stand and trying to get some attention that the NCAA should be paying to our HBCUs, kind of looked at, And leave in the comment section how you guys feel about that. Do you guys think the NCAA treats our HBCUs less well than they would treat some of the bigger name schools? So yeah, show us what you think about that.
The situation at Grambling State is this. I feel like it's unfortunate that they have to deal with facilities that have mold and mildew. It's not a condition that anyone would want to practice in. It's not a circumstance that anyone would want to play under. They obviously have some type of loyalty to their coach and they want him back. But I believe it was Jackson State that's who they were playing, and it was their homecoming game, I believe. And they were upset, like they lost out on millions of dollars. I think they said they lost out on millions of dollars for them forfeiting their game. So
there was a possibility that Jackson State could have been fined $20,000, but we learned yesterday that the NCAA has rescinded that statement. So
I don't know, I feel like it's an unfortunate situation, but at the same time, it's like you guys are having a losing season.
But I mean,
the facilities, like I can understand, like nobody would want to be able to have to play under those circumstances.
Because it's like you go to Georgia Tech or a couple, like an hour away to Athens or UGA.
Oh no, I know.
It's like
oh no, I know.
Everything's top of the line, but if you go to a school like Tuskegee or like
oh no, I know.
Jackson, I mean not Jackson State, but like Grambling or possibly like Bethune-Cookman or one of the other HBCUs, and it's like, why don't we get what they get? Yeah.
But I feel like you can't use that as like a reason why you want to strike. And the fact that you lost your coach, there's a lot of teams, a lot of NCAA teams that's not HBCUs that have losing seasons and lose their coaches too.
True.
So
they probably have a lot better conditions to put up with than the Grambling State.
That's true. That's what I'm saying. The whole facility situation is messed up, but the coaching thing, you gotta get over it. Moving forward to the NBA and ESPN's rankings of players.
All right. Some of these guys are too high, and some of these guys are way too low. Starting out with the too low, I'm going to go with my man J.R. Smith starting at number 93. J.R. Smith's season numbers last year, he had 18 points per game, 5.3 rebounds, and 2.7 assists, a 42% shooter from the field, 76% shooter from the free throw line, and a player efficiency rating of 17.67. Now, this player efficiency rating is higher than J.J. Redick, O.J. Mayo, Kevin Martin, Monte Ellis, Eric Gordon, and Bradley Beal, all of who are placed higher on the list than J.R. Smith. What's up with that? I don't see it. Also too low. My man Carmelo Anthony at number 15. They got Blake Griffin and Paul George higher than Carmelo Anthony. The current scoring champion. 28.7 rebounds. Come on now, y'all gotta do Melo better than that, man. I know the Knicks choke artists, but y'all gotta do a man Melo better than that. And I don't like this guy at all, but he arguably one of still the best players of all time. Kobe Bean Bryant. They got this man at 25. That ESPN, that's just disrespectful. Also, 2 spots under him at 27. They got my man Rajon Rondo. I know he's coming off an injury this year, but he still has 10 postseason triple doubles, and the only person who's higher than him in the league in that category is LeBron, who has 1 more. So yeah, I gotta do my man Rondo better than that. And also too low at 28, Brook Lopez. I mean, he's arguably the best center in the league. I got him all the way down to 28. My too high section. James Harden at number 4. I'm just gonna just let that marinate real quick. James Harden at number 4. They got him higher than Tony Parker. They got him higher than Melo. They got him higher than Kobe. Like, come on now, James Harden. He had a stellar year last year. He had 26 points per game, 5 rebounds, 5.8 assists, 85% free throw. You know, but I mean, it's still guys that would. It's like guys that are putting in way more work than James Harden. Like, you saw what he did in the finals against the Heat. Like, come on now, you just gonna just gloss that over, just completely gloss that over. And he's also gonna have Dwight on his team this year, so I'm thinking it's gonna take a lot more of his touches down, because last year he was like pretty much the only guy out there spraying. So I think Steph Curry at number 6 is a tad bit high, seeing as how like he kind of only exploded onto the scene in the playoffs. Like, I can't give him like 6th best player in the league off of that. I mean, I understand he broke the 3-point record, you know, but it's I ain't. Also, Kyrie Irving at number 8. You put Kyrie Irving and Steph Curry both over Tony Parker, who, in my eyes, the only other point guard that had a better season than Tony Parker this year was Chris Paul, who's at number 3. At number 10, they got Marc Gasol. I think Brook Lopez is the best in the league. He had better numbers than Marc Gasol. I mean, offensively, he averaged 6 more points. He only averaged 1 less rebound. So, just take that how you want to. And Paul George at 13. He had a great season, but 13, way too high. Way too high.
I think this list is very, weird and somewhat disrespectful, especially to some players who have been in the league, who have made their mark for years. I have to be honest about that. One thing I agree with you with is Carmelo being ranked too low. And we had this discussion where it's like he's the reigning scoring champ. But I feel like the reason they have him at 15 is the fact that he's been in the league for so long and still has yet to get a ring. And I don't necessarily feel like that's completely his fault and that he should be held accountable for that, because it's a team effort at the end of the day. But I don't think he should be that low. I definitely feel like he should be top 10.
What about your boy though? What about your boy number 8, Mr. Irvin? You think that's too high, or too low? I mean, you think
I feel like it's perfect.
What?
I feel like it's perfect.
Why? What has Kyrie Irving done? Kyrie
Irving is fresh, new talent. And if he can go through this season without having as many injuries as he did last season, he'll probably show why he should be number 8.
I think Kyrie Irving shouldn't be number 8, because while he does average 22.5 points per game, 3.7 rebounds, and 5.9 assists, the Cleveland Cavaliers in his tenure have not won over 24 games.
But that's a team effort. That's not just him. Okay, if Kyrie was not on the team, if Kyrie did not play for the Cleveland Cavaliers, would they have even won that many games?
But it's great players will their teams to be. When LeBron played for Cleveland, he willed them to be better.
He's trying.
I mean, it's crazy. Anybody else?
I do believe James Harden is too high.
Way too high.
He's definitely way too high. And I feel like the only reason why he was able to be as successful as he was last season is because he was pretty much their only player. They had what's his name? Chandler Parsons.
James Harden is the Rockets. Well, now Dwight's the Rockets.
He was the Rockets. It was easier for him to be able okay, pass me the ball, let me score. Easier for him to showboat and show off, and he does have that speed, he does have that talent, but it's just way too high.
And it's so crazy that they got Melo at 15, and he had a guy coming off the bench busting 17 points per game like J.R. Smith. James Harden didn't even have that, so it was that's crazy.
So if Marc Gasol, you think Marc Gasol is too high at 10?
I really think Marc Gasol is too high.
and you think Brooke Lopez should be higher. So what about Dwight Howard? I feel like Dwight Howard is too high at number 7 with all his back injuries, and all he knows how to do is rebound.
That's what's going to be the determining factor for Dwight. Can he remain healthy? And can he remain focused? Because in LA, he clearly was not focused.
No. And I feel like he's too easily gave up on his team. Oh, they're not doing as well as I thought they were going to do. Okay, let me go over here where James is doing fun, like having fun, doing fine. Like, I don't like that aspect either.
I guess he didn't want to be in Kobe's shadow or Steve Nash's shadow, so he wanted to be.
But he knew what the deal was before he became a part of it. You're going to go to the Lakers, you're going to be in Kobe's shadow.
It's that time of the week where you saw a particular player performance that just had a defining moment that made you go, bruh. Bruh moment of the week. Jordan?
My bruh moment of the week came from Sunday's Jets versus Patriots game. In the final moments of overtime, Jets were about to kick a field goal, and the field goal was actually missed. But Chris Jones of the Patriots ended up getting a call of unsportsmanlike conduct for pushing his own player. This went against the Patriots, allowed the Jets to get 15 yards, kick a field goal again, and win the game.
Bruh, it's like on one side you can look at it as the ref was doing his job, and Patriots fans can't really complain about losing a game about a call they never heard, i.e. 2002 in Oakland, but I ain't gonna get into that. Tuck rule time. But on the other side, you can look at it as it was non-conclusive to the play. How many times on offense do you see guys pushing their running backs to fight for more yards, and it's never an unsportsmanlike conduct? So it's like, that was iffy for me. But I hate to see that type of call made to determine the game. So, yeah. My bruh moment of the week goes to Joshua Freeman of the Minnesota Vikings. 20 for 53. First of all, why did he throw? You have the best running back in the league behind you, and you throw the ball 53 times. Why? He had 33 incompletions, and 24% of those 16 were overthrown. Like, off-target passes. It was like half of the passes, I didn't know who he was throwing to. Like, it was just ridiculous. I'm surprised he only threw one interception. Like, after halftime, Aldridge just pulled him, put Christian Ponder back in. He knows the offense. They won 10 games with him last year. Like, come on. And regardless of who the Vikings quarterback is, number 28 needs to touch the ball 35 times. Like, he only had, 13 carries, 28 yards last week. Ridiculous. But, yeah. Josh Freeman, bruh, get it together.
Josh Freeman got lucky, though, because a lot of people were watching the TLC movie instead of watching the game. So he got lucky. A lot of us didn't see your horrible performance.
Yeah.
So, get it together.
Out there looking like Brady Quinn. Come on now. And that's all we got for this edition of Let's Talk Sports on RNN. I'm Swami.
I'm Jordan.
Holla at you.